This podcast is supported by Music Theater of Wenatchee, celebrating 64 years of bringing stories to life. Visit annex.mtow.org and donate today.
Opening nightclub.
We're not opening a nightclub.
It's the opening nightclub. We can't wait to watch an opening night show, because on opening night we always go with our opening night club. Opening night club.
Welcome to the Opening Nightclub Podcast. This is the podcast where we get together every week and discuss all of the theater and performing arts around Central Washington, especially the opening nights. I'm your host, Kevin McKee, and with me again today is playwright and actor and my friend, Skyler Cuthill. How are you doing, Skyler?
I'm doing great, Kevin. I had a very good weekend. I got drafted to be in Holiday Spice with you guys last minute, which was very exciting. And I had an excellent day yesterday. I made ziti and I butchered a chicken.
You made ziti and butchered a chicken. Were those combined in any way? Were you
No.
making chicken tetrazzini or something?
Tetrazzini? Five zini? No, that would be a good five zini. That'd be a good magician name.
Ooh,
Yeah, it's kind of evocative, isn't it? No, I'm a country boy, so I have a flock of chickens, and the girls have gotten too old, so they're no longer laying. I have 8 chickens, and in summer I was getting 1 egg every 2 days, which is not an acceptable rate of eggs. And so I am doing a flock reduction. That's the technical way to say it, which means I'm killing the birds. And yesterday I butchered a chicken, and butchering a chicken is kind of hard.
It is. Did you pluck it manually?
Oh, yeah. Do you think I have an auto plucker?
Well, normally when they get rid of a flock, they will rent a machine and not do it by hand. Doing it by hand is a mess.
If you scald them, the feathers come out pretty easily. The only skill work involved, I mean, our foremothers did this, for thousands of years, right? The only skill work involved in butchering a chicken is that, you buy a chicken in the grocery store, there's that big hole in the bottom. Mm-hmm. That hole is not naturally there. Somebody has to cut it, right? And that is also where the chicken's colon is.
Yeah.
Right. I don't know if you call it a colon. They call it a vent or cloaca. But that is the only moment where you can totally ruin it and invite catastrophe upon yourselves. And I did not do that. I cut it well, and I removed the innards, and it is now seasoning in my fridge.
I wonder how many people listening to this podcast thought, today we're going to hear the word cloaca in the podcast about local theater.
I strive for accuracy above all else, Kevin. But swing by the Cuthill household in about a week if you want to have some delicious homegrown chicken soup.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
Nice. Okay, you are a handy guy.
I am around, tell you what.
So I've had a busy weekend, and boy, there's a lot of stuff going on. A lot of the stuff happened out of town, and we weren't able to see it because we have been tied up in things in town.
Yes. This is the busy season.
That's right. This last weekend was all filled up with Holiday Spice, at least for me. I was working with Danny Schaefer Cloak, who is a good friend, and we do Oktoberfest with Danny. And I'm also doing radio show with Danny this year. Anyhow, Danny and I were the hosts of Holiday Spice, so we had to write some comedy bits and then try to make it funny. And we were able at the last minute to say, okay, we need somebody to play a French man and then theatrically die on stage. And I said to Danny, I know somebody who's not doing Santa Claus Conquers the Martians who can really die on stage. And so we called Skyler in to be the guy who dies on stage.
It is always a treat to die on stage. That is a special delight for a actor. And I had all the French gear.
You did. You showed up with a beret and a striped shirt.
And a cigarette.
And cigarettes, yeah.
And the sunglasses, right?
Yes.
I was ready to go.
It was something where it's like, where'd the French guy come from? Nobody else is in costume, but Skyler was there, obviously French.
Yeah, because my other commitments got canceled, so I was lassoed into it at the last minute, but it was fun. So I mean, Holiday Spice has been going for a long time.
Yes.
Before Ernest and Amy were running it, I believe Nancy Zahn was running it. Mm-hmm. And I know Nancy Zahn because she was friends with Henry, and they did stuff at the ICCA together. Yeah. But she was like a regular part of the community.
Yes.
She's moved away since then.
I think she's up the Met House now.
Okay, she's not active here anymore.
No.
No, she was a great lady. She was a really good singer.
Fantastic. I think she was the singer for the jazz band for a period of time.
Oh, was she?
Yeah.
Yeah, and so she ran Holiday Spice, and now Ernest and Amy run it. When I was talking to Ernest about it the other night, I said to him that the last time I came was 22 or 23, and actually thinking about it, it must have been 21 because of the woman I came with.
Yeah.
That's how I can date periods in my life. And I remember it was 21, so it was just coming out of COVID, so it was really poorly sold.
Oh.
Yeah, and I remember my date afterwards, she was like, so, this is the kind of thing you do, huh? And I was like, listen, lady, we're trying very hard here, all right? So I was really delighted and surprised. It was, I think, sold out on Friday and almost sold out on Thursday.
Yeah.
It was a huge cast, really professional, a lot of great singers, a lot of great performers, and really a really going thing, So I had a great time.
For those of you who aren't familiar with Holiday Spice, it's basically Wenatchee's Christmas variety show. They get a lot of people in, so they'll have some people that will just be singing in front of the big band. I guess that's the key thing, is that we do have the Wenatchee Big Band is playing behind us, so that we will have somebody can come out and sing a Christmas song with the big band backing them up. So there is a lot of jazzy, swinging numbers that are being sung. We have Fabulous Feet dancers come out and do a lot of the dances in between. We've got some families that will come out and sing a song together. We had a couple larger numbers and, of course, a big finale. And then we have a couple people that do shtick in between some of the numbers just to kind of tie the whole thing together.
The shtick was a big hit.
I think so.
You got a big response.
Yes, but there was people, family members included, who really, really enjoyed the show. And the feedback I got was, yeah, you guys were funny, but they didn't really need you. It would have been fine without it.
It's so traditional, though.
Yes.
That a guy comes out and goes, whoop, 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 in between numbers.
Yes.
That's so American.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
you got to have it.
I did have people. I was talking to Danny's friends after the show. We met up at Atlas Fair after the show.
That's like the best place in Wenatchee.
I think it's one of the best places in Wenatchee, and I'm bringing it up here because for those of you who've been to theater in Wenatchee, know it's really hard to go somewhere after a show.
It's a huge problem.
Because everything is closed. Atlas Fair is literally right next to the PAC. It's on the same block. And you're able to go there now on Friday and Saturday night. They're open till 11.
Ooh.
Yes. So they've got a great bar, and you
so
can go.
Not if it's like a Sondheim show or Fiddler on the Roof, but any other show.
Normal
you
size
could go to
shows.
Atlas. Yeah.
So anyhow, I went there, and the group there with Danny, they said that they were kind of waiting through the dance numbers to see us come on again.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay.
So we were the highlight for them.
So different strokes, huh?
I think so. I think there's a little bit for everybody.
Well, and the shtick numbers were not long.
No.
Right. I mean,
No.
you kept it moving. It's not like people were suffering through it.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Get us back to the 12-year-old singing cutely, That's important.
That's important. I'm sure that there were people out there that didn't want to hear Little John being played at a Christmas show, but anyhow, it made me giggle, so that was the important part.
Yeah, no, it was great. You had Amy and Ernest singing. You had Rowan Kapler. You had
That's
Cody
right.
Lane, who's back in the community now. He did stuff back in the day, and I think he moved to Minnesota, and now he's back.
And now he's back.
And you had John Vandal and his family.
Yes, right.
Right, amongst many others.
It was good to see Landon back.
Yeah. I tried to recruit him for Leavenworth Summer Theater this summer.
Yeah.
He was a leading light there. He was Rolf, he was all over the place.
I cast him as Friedrich back in the day.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
Blessed.
Back in the day. Yep. So, yeah, there was a lot of people in the show and great dancers, and it's kind of nice seeing the kids that have come up through the Von Trapps and through Short Shakes, and they're in the dance groups now, and they're doing just fantastic stuff.
Mm-hmm. No, it was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it overall.
Yeah.
Really liked it.
And if you missed it, well, you missed it. There's 2 performances of Holiday Spice, and it was last weekend.
Yeah, it sold so well. And Amy said this. She said maybe we should do a third night. That's, from the market perspective, to me, if you're selling out, that means you either need to raise the price or do more shows, right? But, it's easy to say that when you're not the one organizing it.
Well, and they do kind of fit Holiday Spice into the schedule. It gets added really at the last minute because Saturday they had Second City Improv at the PAC, so they couldn't have done a Saturday night performance of Holiday Spice.
Yeah, this is longitudinal discussion.
Yeah.
But yeah, I really liked it. I guess I should do it again next year, right?
Yeah, well, you had fun, right?
Yeah, it was great. Very positive experience.
And yes, and the bit, in case you weren't there, is I was a grump, and so I was basically turned into what Danny called Ebenezer Scrooge. And so all of the bits, Danny would come out and pretend to be a ghost of Christmas something. And on the last one, it was the ghost of Christmas future, where generally that's where Scrooge sees his own coffin or his own sarcophagus. And in this situation, I see myself, but this time I'm Skyler in Paris. That was the bit. And so Skyler has the opportunity to take a bite out of a croissant. And choke to death right there on stage.
Yeah. Real, with the beautiful Mary Beth Brisky and Laura Brown.
That's right.
Yes, helping me out.
Yes, they were the French women that he had picked up in Paris. So no, I thought it was a funny bit and we got a lot of laughs. Everybody understood what we were doing. Oh boy, the comedy is so broad in those bits.
It's supposed to be.
I think so.
When you're on stage for 2 minutes, you can't do subtle humor. You can't. You're not going to be making Ulysses jokes or whatever, right? You got to hit him with it and then go off.
That's right.
Marx Brothers, Groucho Marx.
There was nothing subtle.
Yeah.
Okay, so that was what we were doing. I also, and you didn't attend it, but I went to Handel's Messiah, the community sing last night at the high school, which for those of you who aren't familiar, Handel's Messiah, you have heard this music. It gets done a lot, and it will be used in a lot of Christmas stuff, but it is something that a lot of people have learned, and so they will have a community sing where everybody is given a big bunch of music, and they will sing 4-part choral music in a group. And so they had a section for basses, so I was able to go and sit with the basses and sing about 6 or 7 of the choral pieces from Handel's Messiah.
I had been invited, not formally, not by like an organizer, like I know some people were, informally, but I was elbow deep in chicken. So no dice. I had more pressing concerns.
No, it was really good. They had most of the Wenatchee Valley Symphony were on stage. They had soloists. And the two, I wish I had my program here, the 2 women were fantastic. They had an operatic soprano and an alto. And then for the men, they had T.J. Grosh and John Wagner singing tenor and bass, who are fantastic.
DJ is such a great get for the community because he's a natural tenor.
Yes.
So many of the rest of us, like only less than 10% of men are natural tenors. The rest of us are basses or baritones. And then we torture ourselves into developing an upper range so we can get parts because so many male parts in musical theater are written for tenors. But TJ is a real tenor. We were joking backstage the other night and he said that his voice just didn't change in puberty. So he just has it, folks. He has just been blessed by God. He just has it. And so he is a wonderful, wonderful addition to the community vocally.
Well, and he's much more talented than we hear in a lot of musical theater. Musical theater songs aren't really that complicated for singers unless you're doing Sondheim or something difficult. Right?
Yes. The Sondheim stuff will kill you.
Yes. And he was able to really show off last night doing Handel's Messiah, which has the weird trills and things that the choir, we really struggled on when we had to do them. But he did a fantastic job. And John Wagner had an extensive bass solo that was really good.
John Wagner, has an operatic background.
Yes, he's doing opera actively around the state and around the West Coast.
Yeah. He used to travel all over the West Coast to do it, and for a while now, he was in Bremerton, that kind of thing. But yeah, he has a wonderful range, which as we were discussing, he doesn't really get to show off generally in musical theater. Yeah. Although TJ was our lead in Catch Me If You Can last year, right? So huge singing show. So if you went to that, you got to got to hear him. Yeah,
and he was the one where people were coming up after the show saying, "Well, where did these people come from? Like, what city are they from?" And it's like, no, these are all locals.
TJ's a doctor.
He is a doctor.
So you all missed out by not marrying this dude.
That's right. There was a one of the moms came up during the show, and they're like, TJ, could you look at my daughter? She's got something funny on her arm. It's like, oh, that's the problem with everybody knowing you're a doctor.
The man has just killed himself on stage for you. And you're like, hey, one more thing. I know I paid nothing to hear this.
That's
but,
right.
Now maybe you can do something for me.
Does this look broken?
Yeah.
Okay. The other things that were going on this weekend, and there was a lot going on this weekend, we did want to mention that on the 5th, the Maskers Theater opened up Christmas with Little Women, and that's going to be going through the 14th.
So that's Maskers in Soap Lake, right?
Yes, that's the Maskers in Soap Lake. Up at the Seventh-day Adventist Church, they finished the Journey to Bethlehem, where they built the town of Bethlehem and pulled in donkeys and camels and goats and sheep, and basically built an interactive tour through Bethlehem.
I hope it didn't rain on them too much.
I bet it did.
The weather's been so awful.
Yeah.
Maybe it was raining in Bethlehem.
It could have been.
Although that's not in the books, is it, that it was raining? Maybe it was, though. Maybe
I'm sure it was miserable. I think it would make it even more pathetic that the innkeeper turns them away. And she's got to go sleep in the stable while it's raining.
The roofs of barns always leak.
That's right.
You know, there's always some dripping going on.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Yeah, we should rewrite this story. Anyhow.
Yeah, we'll make it so much more dramatic.
We also wanted to mention on the 5th, and I think through the next 2 weekends, the Richland Players have opened 5 golden rings.
Yes, so this is a production of the Community Theater Group in Richland in the Tri-Cities, and their male lead is Paul Davis from Lover Summer Theater, who you cast for the first time as Captain Von Trapp in 2022.
Yeah.
And then he came back to do it in 23, and then he was not there 24. He had conflicts, and then he was captain again this past year.
Yeah.
So he has been an active comrade.
That's right. Ours. He said that he had been listening to the pod, found out about the Wenatchee High School show, and came up from Richland to see the Wenatchee High School show just based on our recommendation. He
is a real mensch, because he also came up to see A Gentleman's Guide to Love and Murder in 22. And then he came up to see A Little Night Music in 24, which is funny also because he had just seen it in New York because Maria Tramontozzi, who was in the 22 season, was in it as Anne, the daughter.
Oh.
Yeah, so he saw it not on Broadway, off Broadway.
Yes.
And then he came to see our Wenatchee Community Theater production.
It was a great production. Don't run that one down. That was a good show.
We did a good job, but it's just funny that he was like, oh yeah, I just saw this like 3 days ago. I was like, oh, how'd they compare? He said we did a good job.
Oh, good.
He said that in New York, their Dragoon, my character, was played by a man who was like 4'8".
Oh.
Yeah, and my character, the Dragoon, Count Malcolm, is very masculine. He's very big. He's like constantly threatening people and cheating on women, you know. And so that's the bit, I guess, give him a Napoleon complex.
I gotcha.
Yeah, valid way to do it. Definitely not as intended. But yeah, so Paul is a mensch, and he is in the 5 Golden Rings. So I looked up the 5 Golden Rings, and he told us a little bit about it. It is a loving satire of Hallmark movies, Hallmark Christmas movies, which I'm sure you're familiar with. A woman is in the big city and she becomes upset that she has a bad boyfriend and she's not getting anywhere. And then she goes back to her hometown for a weekend and she gets snowed in or something happens and she reconnects with her high school flame who married the cheerleader, but then she died and now he has a big, beautiful family and he's such a good worker and he's the sheriff or a fireman or some really masculine position. And he loves his mom and the mom is making jellies or something. It's really domestic. And she just slots herself right in there. And she goes, wow, I have rediscovered the beauty of domestic life, and I reject modernity and feminism and so on and so forth. My corporate job and my slick bad boyfriend in the city who doesn't really love me anyway. I watched a lot of these back in the day. I was dating a woman, and her mom loved them.
Yeah.
So we went over to her place in December. That it was just straight. Mm-hmm. They make like 80 of these a year. They just slap them out. And you know, they're not of the highest quality, but they're cozy. They're warm. That's the whole idea.
You know what's going to happen. My parents will watch these, and my mother will say they're very predictable.
Yeah.
There is no swearing. There's no sex. And they always kiss at the end. That is what I get from my parents who love these things.
Yeah, no, that's what I always say about The Sound of Music, right? Is that there's one kiss and that means they're getting married.
That's right.
It's a different school. I remember watching, See Me in St. Louis with Judy Garland.
Yeah.
The movie with the train song. And the trolley song, excuse me.
The trolley song.
Clank, clank, clank goes the trolley. Ding, ding, ding goes the bell. It's a good movie. It's a Christmas movie. It's actually appropriate, right? And there's a scene where Judy Garland is like fighting with her sister because Judy Garland is planning to kiss a boy. And the sister's like, no, not unless you're married. You can't do that, Judy. And Judy's like, I'm going to do it. It's a different time. It's a different era. It's a better era, Kevin.
Yeah, it could be.
From my position. Mm. But yeah, so 5 Golden Rings, it's a real show.
Yeah.
It's not like somebody in Richland, some crazy person like me just wrote it. It's a real show. You can do it.
Yeah.
I've never seen it, but it seems fun.
Well, and I'll kind of tie this into a bit that I don't know that it's public or when it'll be shown, but I was talking to Rachel Powers, and this last week, she got together with some Hallmark movie type people, and they shot a promo for a movie that they're hoping to make.
But yeah, they shot a little section hoping to secure funding.
Yes.
For a full film.
Yes. And so she was able to shoot this thing up in Leavenworth at a location that was going to be used for one of the Hallmark movies. And she got Brendan Zub to come down from Canada, who is a Hallmark guy, where if you look him up, I think if you're a regular Hallmark movie person, you'll probably recognize it. So they were able to shoot that this last week in Leavenworth.
Hallmark has shot a couple of movies in Leavenworth. I was in one of them.
Were you in Cloudy with a Chance at Christmas?
I forget. It was the one with the woman from, she sang the TNA song in chorus line in the movie from the 80s.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Allie Atwood was there, and Allie Atwood like geeked out about her.
Okay.
I didn't know her, but I was like, oh my God. No, I was in there, and we waited around all day in the cold fest hall, and then I am in maybe half a second of like a crouch shot in the you can't even recognize me, you just recognize my jacket.
I think I recognized you. You were standing back with Ernest, I think, in the back of it.
It was
or with
either,
Michael.
I think it was Patrick Murphy. But it was one of them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It was. I mean, it was fun. We weren't paid. We were just kind of hanging out. But yeah, I would do it again. But yeah, Hallmark filmed a couple of movies up in Leavenworth. Mm-hmm. Although right now there's no snow in Leavenworth, so it's just dreadful. We're hoping for snow later. It's actually right now. It's like 40, 45 out and raining. So it's very odd weather for mid-December right now.
Yeah, we could use some snow. Leavenworth could use some snow.
Yeah. Me and the guys always watch Finding Mr. Christmas. You ever watch that show?
I've never watched Finding Mr. Is that a Hallmark movie?
It's a Hallmark reality show where they start with like 12 men and they winnow them down with Christmas themed competitions.
Oh.
And the winner gets to be in a Hallmark movie, gets to be the male lead. It's a true pleasure. I really like doing it. There's a new season, but we haven't watched it yet. It hasn't. They haven't released all the episodes yet.
I'm kind of curious now.
No, I really like it. It's exactly what it says on the tin, like the rest of the Hallmark stuff. You know 100%
exactly
what
what's
you're
going to
getting.
happen.
They're in Christmas sweaters. They're all very attractive, half-gay young men that are in Christmas sweaters, and they are going to compete to see who can more believably deliver. I'm so glad you've come back, Ellen. I've really been looking forward to this. You know, who can do that the best? Who can do that with the most verve?
Who can chop wood most convincingly?
Yeah. Who can bake cookies with his mom, you know, in an apron?
That's right.
No, this is nice stuff. I wish there was more stuff like this in my life. But that's how it is. That's how it is sometimes, folks.
Okay, well, we've got some. That's what was happening this last weekend.
Well, speaking of Rachel.
Yes.
The next big upcoming show.
She is in the next big upcoming show. We've been talking about this one for a while, but we've got a opening night at Music Theater for A Christmas Carol. We've been waiting for this for a while. They've been in rehearsals. And if you don't have tickets, you better get tickets quick because it is selling out.
I bought my tickets the other day. And they are very marginal. They are not good seats.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they are. I mean, it's a Christmas Carol.
Every seat is a good seat.
But yeah, it's a Christmas Carol. It sells well.
Yes.
Right. And Henry has been planning this for a long time and promoting it and pushing it.
Yeah.
So it's got a lot of momentum behind it.
Yeah. So the director is Henry Heddick, who is also the author, adapter of this script. Mm-hmm. And it's a script that he's used in Leavenworth, through Leavenworth Summer Theater, also through ICCA, that has been produced multiple times. But I don't think it's been produced in a while.
Well, I was in it at the ICCA and at the Old Chapel Theater when LST did with Christmas shows.
That
like
was
20 years
a long
ago.
time ago.
Yeah, I was boy.
Okay. Yeah.
When they go back to the past and Scrooge is at school and like he's alone and all the other boys are having fun. I remember that was our direction.
You were the boy that was having fun?
Amongst others.
Yeah,
it was a big production, and I had a snowball fight with like little cloth snowballs with like 4 other boys.
Oh, cute.
Yeah, no, it was great. He was just like, have fun.
Yeah.
And we did it while Scrooge was off on the side going, I hate them. I shall make money.
I was down at the theater and they were building the set, and it's very large set. And I think it's similar plans to what was done up at the theater and up at in the fest hall.
Well, there are 30 people in this cast.
It's a huge cast for the Riverside Playhouse.
It is huge. It is huge for the Riverside, and also often when you do the Christmas Carol, it's like with 10 people or 12, and everybody gets doubled or tripled. The ghosts are also like Scrooge's relatives and partygoers and the evil pawnbroker at the end, right?
Yeah.
So they are going all out with this thing. Tell you what.
Yes, I'd love to go through the cast right now because we've been talking about it, and boy, there's a lot of people on here that I love seeing on stage and people that I don't get to see on stage as much as I would like. So I'm going to run through this and talk about these people in this cast. Ebenezer Scrooge is being played by Brent Yolden, who I don't think I've acted alongside yet. I'm kind of excited to see what he does with the character.
I've never been in a show with Brent, but he's been around a lot, and he has an excellent English accent, I'll say. I remember him doing it like as a bit, because he did like a year in England, or he did like a study abroad thing. I remember him telling the story. It was really excellent. Sometimes community theater, British accents, but he was really, really good.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, that's an important part of the character.
It's an important part. Jacob Marley's being played by David Williams, who
our David.
I've acted alongside in all sorts of stuff. He might be my theater nemesis because we seem like we're always up for the same part.
Oh, yeah.
We're not nemesis. We're very good friends. So
friendly rivals.
Friendly rivals. Yes. Looks like Sherry Hagopian is playing Doris Holywell. John Merritt is Fred Holywell, both longtime music theater players in lots of different things around the Wenatchee Valley.
I was in a ton of shows with Sherry Hagopian because she was part of like Henry's gang.
Yeah.
So back at the ICCA at the Snowman Owl, she was in like everything. So she was the mom in Death of a Salesman. But I was the nerd neighbor, right?
Yes.
She's great.
No, I love working with Sherry. She's doing a lot of house manager and ushering, a lot of front of house stuff down at the Riverside Playhouse, which for those of you who are interested in getting into theater but don't necessarily have the confidence in your acting ability just yet, boy, there's lots of jobs you can do down at the theater to be part of the community.
And they always need the front of house guys. They always need the ushers, the bartenders, that kind of stuff.
Yep. Ken Cinco and Melanie Wallace are playing Bob and Mary Cratchit.
I don't know Melanie Wallace.
She's married to James Wallace, who runs the high school auditorium.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know Ken Cinco. We all do.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ken Cinco has been doing lots of technical theater and has been helping out a lot of the high schools putting together their audio and sound.
Yeah. And he was an important LST guy, but kind of before my time.
Yes. He's a great actor, and he had Captain Von Trapp for a season.
Ooh.
Yeah. Okay, so now we're moving into the Three Spirits. We've got Sally Nipfer, who I have not seen on stage in quite a while, Ben Sharples, and Michael Wardlow.
Sally is the mom of Lane, who's also in the show.
Who's also in the show. I think that's the reason we were able to get Sally back on stage, is she's able to act with her son.
Oh my gosh, what a treat.
It is.
So Hallmark. But no, I know Lane because Lane was in The Director's Nightmare, the one-act showcases this past summer.
Yeah.
And he was in 12th Night with us.
That's right.
Yeah.
Lane is in here. He's playing young Ebenezer, and Rachel Power is playing Belle.
Oh my gosh. Lane, you're so lucky.
We've got some others, and I'm going to kind of go through them because I'm not sure what the characters are, but we've got Cynthia Brown, Becky Fishburne, Katie Tackman, and Karen Keyes. Again, these are people that have done a lot in front of the audience and behind the stage.
Yeah.
I think we've seen a lot of work, and boy, Cynthia Brown does so much in every theater group and nearly every performance in every show that gets performed at the Riverside Playhouse.
No, Cynthia is everywhere, and I know Cynthia is preparing right now for her show in June at the Riverside, which is The Shark is Broken.
That's right.
Yes, so that is a 3-man show. So if you are a man, and it's a straight show, it's not a musical. It's the 3 primaries from Jaws. Just like talking about, it was a very troubled production making the movie. So if you are an acting man, please talk to Cynthia. She would love to discuss prospects with you because it's a heavy acting job. They're on stage almost the entire time. It's a huge line load. So she really needs really good guys.
funny thing to tie this back into. So I was playing Ebenezer Scrooge, or Kevinezer Scrooge.
Yes, Kevinezer.
And so I had to, I had put on the top hat, and I thought, well, I've got a beard. I'll just go with Ebenezer Scrooge with a beard. And once I started looking at it, I realized I looked like Dr. Demento.
Oh.
And once I mentioned that to somebody, they're like, oh, yeah, now I can't see anything else. So I went home, shaved the beard into mutton chops, and all of a sudden I put the top hat on and I look like Scrooge again. But I also put on a baseball hat and was wearing flannel, and now I look like Robert Shaw from Jaws.
Ooh.
Yes, I probably should have taken pictures because I would be the lead in both of the MTW shows that I'm not in. So that would have been A Christmas Carol and The Shark is Broken.
You could audition, Kevin.
I could audition. I could show this is what I could look like as Robert Shaw.
Gosh, do we have somebody else in Chelan County who looks like Robert Shaw? I don't think we do.
You've got to really have that odd facial hair.
Can you do the weird voice for the monologue?
I'll give it a shot.
800 men went into the water that day. 60 came out.
Can you do that? All right, you have a long time to work on it.
I've got some time to work on that one.
Yeah, everybody, all men listening to this, work on that.
Yes.
Okay. We delivered the bum.
I'm going to keep going through this cast list.
We've got a lot to talk about.
We've got a lot to talk about. Okay. The narrator is Caleb Sims, Evan Davies, Michael Carlos, David Law, Jesse Scott, who I've worked with and is a fantastic vocalist and instrumentalist. She's been up at Leavenworth Summer Theater, and she's been playing in the orchestra, and she's also been the children's choir conductor for Sound of Music for years.
Yeah, because her daughter,
Teresa, who I cast as Gretel twice.
She's so cute.
She's adorable. She's also in the cast. And Jessie is a Fishburne.
Mm-hmm.
And so her mother, Becky Fishburne, is also in the show. And so there's 3 generations of Fishburnes that are doing A Christmas Carol.
Becky, who is a stalwart of LST.
Yes.
Yes, she's been in almost every season that I've been in, I think. And she was doing it years and years and years before that as well.
That's right.
So she is a veteran, tell you what.
So we've got Jessie and Teresa, Stephanie Andler, Kevin Pitts, who has not been on stage in quite a while, is a fantastic tenor. Ariel Yatarte, Dalton Sharples, Lennon Getzinger, Cortana Castro, Daphne Scott, Marcus Castro, and Noah Dennis. It is a huge cast.
And Cortana and Marcus are both Cynthia's grandchildren.
That's right.
So this is a very very Hallmark, very family-oriented. It's family-oriented. That's what makes it so powerful.
That's what makes it powerful.
Evan is my friend. He's a Leavenworth guy, so we actually went to school together, Evan Davies, and he is also a tenor. He has a beautiful natural tenor voice. He doesn't do enough. I wish he did more because he really is a beautiful singer. And Caleb is our good friend, and he was in the D&D troupe with us.
Yeah.
Yeah, in Cynthia's D&D troupe. And he's a wonderful performer. He is, speaking of, a strong male actor.
He is.
So I'm sure he's they're in a show together. I'm sure he's talked to Cynthia about that. But that would be a good one. That'd be a good one for old Caleb.
Well, he was also Frankenfurter for the Rocky Horror Show, Shadowcast.
Yes. He was magnificent as Frankenfurter.
He was great. No, he's got a lot of stage presence. I look forward to seeing more of Caleb on stage. We will be attending opening night for A Christmas Carol. So if you're able to get tickets, go ahead, get tickets to A Christmas Carol, and see us at opening night. Be part of the club.
That'll be fun.
Yeah, if you can't make it opening night, you can still be part of the club by going and attending it as soon as you can.
Well, after Christmas Carol opens, we have another opening night to attend to.
We do.
You are in the radio show on December 16th.
On December 16th, we are doing the old-fashioned radio show at the Performing Arts Center. You can buy tickets and you can see it live. You can also listen to it live on the 16th on KPQ. And they will be recording it and replaying it on the 24th.
That also has a lot of theater luminaries in it, but we can save that for next episode.
Yes.
We're probably running long.
We're going to run long.
Yeah. There's just a lot going on, folks. There's a lot going on. And Quincy Valley Allied Arts, so that's Brian Higgins' organization that you had on last week. He is having auditions for Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat on December 11th at the Quincy Valley High School.
That's right.
So, Joseph, wonderful show. You all know it. wonderful, high energy, really fast paced. Great show. So please consider it.
Yes.
Quincy Valley Allied Arts.
Also on the 11th, they're starting up the Nutcracker, which we have a lot of our theater folk that are going to be in that show. And that runs for 6 performances from the 11th to the 14th.
And this is out of chronological order, but my friend Holly Thorpe has a reading on December 9th at Watercourse Cider. She has holiday stories for grown-ups.
Okay.
Yeah, Holly Thorpe, she's very literary. She works at the college, and she's not on the stage, but she's very theater adjacent because she's literary,
She also wrote a lot for Wenatchee Live, kind of the improv variety show that they did at the PAC. Yeah.
Okay. She's come to everything. She's been at Humans, A Brief Primer, 12th Night. She's very, very supportive. Yeah. She's a member of the gang.
That's right. Also on December 13th, Village Voices will be performing up at ICCA doing Christmas songs.
Yes, in Leavenworth.
That's right.
So just a Christmas concert. The Village Voices has been going for a long time now. They're a going thing. Our friend Jennifer Jett Cunningham is an important part of that organization, and she'll be performing.
Awesome.
Yes.
On the 18th, Quincy Valley Allied Arts opens up the best Christmas pageant ever in Quincy.
Ooh.
That's right. On the 19th, the PAC is doing Holiday Spicier. So if you went to Holiday Spice and you said, well, this is really cute, but I wish it was more risque. Well, you're getting your shot because Holiday Spicier will be on the 19th, and I think it's 2 shows on the same night.
Yeah, one is at either 7 or 7:30, and then one is at like 10 or 10:30. Mm-hmm. So my office Christmas party is that night. So I won't get too loaded at the office Christmas party, which is a good idea for a couple of reasons. And then I will come down for the later show. So if you would like to, I know once you're past 30, it's really hard to start an event at 10 o'clock. But please let me know if you're game for that. We'll be drinking. It'll be fun.
The Holiday Spicier on the 19th. On December 31st, we've got the Radar Dames Burlesque Troupe will be doing ha-has and ta-tas for New Year's Eve at the Performing Arts Center.
I like a New Year's Eve thing rather than just like a house party or whatever. I think it's fun to have a more, like community group event.
I'm sure it will be very well sold. There's a lot of people that are looking for something to do on New Year's, and the Radar Dames have a really large following.
Yeah, their stuff sells really, really well. So I will probably be at that. I don't think the ICCA is doing a New Year's thing this year. I've gone to their things in the past, but I don't think for one reason or another they're doing one this year. Okay. So I'll probably be at that one.
Looking forward into 2026, MTW will be opening the Minutes on January 22nd. I will be in that cast. And Kashmir High School is doing What's Upon a Mattress on January 30th. We've also got upcoming auditions. We've already said that on the 11th is Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat for Quincy Valley Allied Arts. And we are still waiting for audition dates for Legally Blonde, which will be the Apple Blossom musical that Music Theater will be producing this next year.
Yeah, so that's always like late December or early January, and that'll be fun. Legally Blonde, great show, really peppy, moves well, a lot of great music. So, and a dance-oriented show.
It is.
Yeah.
There's a few good recordings out there.
Yeah.
I know that the live version they did on MTV was fantastic. So if you're unfamiliar with the stage show, go onto YouTube and find a copy of Legally Blonde the musical. It's really a fun show.
That is I've actually seen that. That's a very high quality copy. And also the movie is great. It's aged really well. Reese Witherspoon. It's a lot of fun.
It's a lot of fun. Okay, that's what we've got this week. I want to encourage everybody who's listening to this to go out, get some tickets to A Christmas Carol, which will be opening this next week. We are excited to go see our friends and support some opening night theater. If you can't see that one, go see one of the other multitude of shows that are continuing to go out this next weekend and the weekend after that. And of course, go see some family and friends and celebrate Christmas.
Wahoo!
Wahoo! Thank you, everybody. Make sure you go out and see another opening night.